Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I really wanted to go over this aspect called trust. And first of all, I think this music is way too loud. I think we should lower it down a little. In post editing, I'm lowering that down. Anyway, so I really want to get into mood with this music. So if you want to know the game I'm playing in the background, it will probably be in the link. It is called Rogue Realms. Really good game. Lots of grinding though. This entire session in the background was about an hour long, and that was one game. So I think that says a lot. So I want to get over some of these aspects about trust, and I want to define what trust is. So when you trust somebody, I think that you don't really see them as a threat. You know what I mean? That's how I'm gonna define trust, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go over how you develop trust with people in a couple of steps, right? So I'm gonna go over step 1, which is about learning from past mistakes. So humans, right? We have an intention. If you get burned by a stove, you're not gonna touch the stove again, right? Now the problem is with this intention is that yes, it would help us in like 400 BC, but this human nature is flawed, right? Because if you don't meet new people, you're never gonna experience life. Because if you don't meet new people, you'll never know who you are because you base of what they are, right? So when you're in childhood, right, and you go over like super traumatizing, right? Let's just say like you go over, maybe your parents don't like you, you know what I mean? And this is some uplifting music, I know. The reason why I'm not playing the music in the background like I mostly do for my videos is because I can't find this game's OST. If you know what OST means, it basically means in-game music. So let's continue. So when you're a child, let's say you have any bad childhood or romantic relationships, right, for a girl or a guy, and you can't trust people as much as you can anymore because it's like that same momentum. Like if you get burnt by a stove, you're not gonna touch the stove again. So a way to get through this is that you're gonna have to sit with yourself and really think about that human nature. Really think about, are you still trapped in the past? You know what I mean? If you are, then you don't need therapy. Of course therapy helps it helps how to find that guide that way, but I think you could definitely do it on your own. I mean, if you've gone to this video, then that means you're at least strong enough to make an effort, right? Okay, so let's say you did that now, right? Let's say you did that now. The reason why you want to do that is now step 2 is you're gonna have to start talking to people more. So if you have trust issues, I'm assuming you're an introverted and nobody. I'm joking. But for me, I didn't really attach myself to people much, right? I had a bad childhood. Shoot, I hated my childhood. I mean, yeah, it was mid. It was like a 7 out of 10. Anyways, though, let me continue. When you socialize with people, you trust them to conversate with you. And I definitely know if you clicked on this video, then you probably aren't conversating with anybody right now, right? Not anything serious. If you're a girl, you're not really talking to a guy really hard, or if you're a guy, you're too scared to talk to a girl. You know what I mean? So you need to start talking to the people that you usually wouldn't want to talk to people. You know why? Because it's gonna expand your trust. Because you're trusting them, and you're trusting them to make you feel good in a conversation, right? Okay. Oh, sorry, I hit my headset. Don't mind the eerily ominous music that's playing right now. It gets better later on, and that's why I like it. So let me continue. Step 3, you're gonna have to start resolving your past. Now, this is different from step one, because step one, you mentally repaired, right? You think we should just wait for this part to like, move on with the music? Like, it sounds horrid. It sounds like I'm saying some devilish stuff. Okay. I'm gonna continue anyway. But basically, you're gonna have to, if you don't like somebody, right? Let's say that they traumatize you. You have to settle yourselves with them. Make your wills done. It's like when you're in debt, right? You're always thinking about that debt. And that debt is, in this situation, trust. You have to pay off your debt, right? And yes, it's gonna be awkward because they probably don't remember you, because you remember your moment more than they remember you, because you care about yourself more than others, and the same goes for them. But once you do that, you've conversated with people, you're over your past, you're good. Like, you're pretty much there. But now the thing is, you're gonna find it that talk to people is very interesting, right? So we're gonna go to step 4 on how to talk to people. I know, oh my god, it's yeah, how to talk to people. By the way, I've been doing some studying psychology wise, just how to talk to people. That's my my English class called it something, but it's like that's my background on that topic. So let's say people love a dominant person. First of all, not whatever your dirty mind is thinking. I mean a person who's gonna guide the conversation, right? A person who will, they ask the questions. Let me explain. So when you're talking to somebody, you're gonna have to make every word mean something. And I know that sounds very hard, but a good way to do it is slow down your speech. I have no script for this video. I have to make everything on my mind, right? But throughout this video, I use a slow, constant tone. If I were talking too fast, I wouldn't have the time to think of what to say next. So you shouldn't have that standard on yourself, right? So after that, once you start talking slowly, you can understand truly what the other person's saying as well. You're gonna have to set standards for yourself. Now, trusting, I know this is like different. This is like how to, the way this relates to trust is, this is how to like make sure there's no negatives in your life, so you never get manipulated again, right? So you're gonna have to cut people off that you know are bad for you. Like I have this friend, let's name him Aaron, and I talk to him every morning at lunch, and I love talking to him, but I know he's a horrible person, but he's just so fun to talk to. He's one of my best friends. You have to cut that off, and I have to cut it off. Even though he's the best person to meet up with, he's not the best for me. This goes for both. If like a guy you know is just a bad person, you shouldn't be hanging around them. If a girl is a bad person, then you shouldn't be with them, right? It's sad because they're really lovely to be with, but it's a way to get rid of those scoundrels, those tridefdals that will try to betray you. If you don't, I don't even know what I just said, so don't worry if you're a little bit confused about what I called them. Alright? So once you're done with that, you have positive friends, people who want better. You shouldn't ever be the smartest in the room, ever. I know, yeah, it's cool talking to people who are failing their classes and don't give a shot, you know what I mean? But it's not good for you, because you're not, if you're near smart people, you're gonna be smart. Like, if you're in a room full of dumb people, you're gonna get dumber. Like that's just how your personality is based off others around you. So that's why that's very important, because putting your trust in people to educate you and be with you in it and put you positively is a high standard in this society. I get it, but it's a way to better yourself. Okay, so we've gone over a bunch of things, right? But there's a timeline, so you'll know what's going on next. I don't know, because I haven't said it yet, at least in this time. Okay, so trust, right? I really want to say this. The hardest thing you can do is downgrade yourself for others. And I mean the worst. It's the worst thing you can do. So let me explain. Let's say this. I'm going to use myself as an example. I used to play video games all day and not care about my health. And I would be absolutely horrified, right? I'd be like, bro, I'm not being healthy. Now I'm being healthy, of course. I only play like maybe under 4 hours a day, I think. And that's like a hard if I'm at my dad's house. But oh my days, I'm going on a spiral. But let me continue. When I played video games like that, I would go to people that played the same hours as me, and I would make friends that way. But we all knew it wasn't good, but we would still tell each other to get on the game. You see what I'm saying here? It's like vaping, smoking, drugs. It's everything like that. Everyone knows it's a bad thing, but when you're in a friend group, it's good. Everyone knows it's bad, but it creates a sense of community. Now, that way of thinking is so toxic. You can't think that way. If you're thinking that way, you need to stop. And I know a lot of people think that way because I used to think that way. Right? So, what I really want to say is that you need to stop being others as well. Especially if the others are a bad environment. You can still be others. I mean, I contradict myself. You don't have to stop being others, but you have to filter who your others are with. Like, they should be with people you love. You know what I mean? Not people who you're forced to be with. People who you truly are just there because you're there. So that's another way to get better trust with people. Now, this is a little bit on the dark side, what I'm about to say. Trust it's super subjective, and it's really, really hard. You shouldn't. This is what I'm gonna say. When I imagine a beautiful girl, right? And let's say she has problems. Yeah, every human does, right? But there's an extent you go. There's a ladder. You can't get yourself to go down that ladder because of pity. What I mean by that is, like, when you're talking to a girl and she's beautiful, but you know she has a lot of problems, right? You can't strictly go to her or go to him because your morals. Like, I was talking to a girl, right, in high school, and she had abusive parents, and she genuinely just hated her life. And she wanted to date me, right? But I can't say yes to that. Let me explain why. I know it's evil. It sounds evil, right? Well, that's the point. You can't date someone or trust somebody just based off moral standards. They have to be a good person. And I know that sounds very delinquishing. I don't even know. Maybe that word's I don't even know what that means either. But I think it means like villainizing. It sounds villainizing, but you need to set yourself to a high standard if you want to trust people. can't just be with people like that. That's more evil, I would argue. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's like less evil. But in my opinion, that's more evil. So yeah, I really wish I could stretch this video 15 minutes long because I've literally an hour of gameplay. But on my undying forgiveness, that is pretty much it. So I don't want to stretch it. I want to make every word mean something. So yeah, everybody, I wish you have a great day, and always return to this video if you need help, because you can't master these in just one video. And I'm saying that with a smirk. So yeah, come back, extra view. I know, it's lovely. Or read a book about it. Who knows? I've read 3. So yeah. Have a nice day. See ya.